I have denied all allegations that have been made, and I will continue to deny them.
Yeah. What do you expect is going to happen today?
I have no expectations. You are here, you can listen to what the court says.
How does it feel after 15 months of effectively trying to elude the courts to finally find yourself here?
I have not eluded any court, and if it is my lawful duty to be here, I'm happy to be here.
Do you think any political consequence against you?
Yeah. Right.
Sir, do you think any...
Are you confident you're going to... What is likely to be your defense against this extradition, Mr. Mallya?
I had enough evidence to prove my case.
Yeah. Will you claim that you're unlikely to receive a fair trial, for instance, like home?
That's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Arrested by the Scotland Yard a few weeks back, now Vijay Mallya makes his appearance in the extradition case, sounding extremely confident. He says the allegations against me are baseless. But remember the brazen response from Vijay Mallya coming at the backseat of what happened last week.
Hold. Tell these guys to stay out of the way. How do you feel about your day in court?
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. The court proceedings are on. I have denied all allegations that have been made, and I will continue to deny them.
Yeah. What do you expect is going to happen today?
I have no expectations. You are here, you can listen to what the court says.
How does it feel after 15 months of effectively trying to elude the courts to finally find yourself here?
I have not eluded any court, and if it is my lawful duty to be here, I'm happy to be here.
Do you think any political consequence against you?
Yeah. Right.
Sir, do you think any...
Are you confident you're going to... Hold. Tell these guys to stay out of the way.
All right, clearly the man extremely brazen, like always, saying very confidently that everything against me is false. I have nothing to say. All allegations will be proven against me. Remember, in the last few days, he caused quite a stir in the recent days with his attendance at the matches played by India in the ICC Champions Trophy, which is underway in England. At the last match against South Africa, he was even booed and by fans who shouted "Chor, Chor" on seeing him. Earlier, he was also seen at Virat Kohli's charity dinner. Today, he comes to Westminster Court for the court hearing. The court is going to be hearing his case. It's item 4 in Court 3 at Westminster Court. It was supposed to start at 10 a.m. Even while he appears in court, he says, "I have nothing to hide. All allegations against me are unfounded." Remember, there's also a CBI officer who's part of the Crown's prosecution there. Let's go across to Aditya, who's joining us on the phone line. Aditya, what are the details you are picking up here?
Well, yes, finally Vijay Mallya, the so-called fraudster, has finally reached Westminster Magistrates Court in London. And in fact, what we are hearing is that today is the management kind of hearing, as Rhythm you have been reporting as well. The paperwork would be done today. There will be some documentation process. And finally, we'll have the next date of hearing also, when the extradition case would be heard and there could be some decision that the court could make. So finally, Vijay Mallya is there. He has spoken to the media. He has been running away from the Republic TV cameras for a very long time, but finally appearing at the Westminster Court and saying that he does not have anything against him. He is a clean man and he will prove that he is completely clean. But the questions have been raised against him. He owes more than 9,000 crores to people and banks here in India. And, I tried speaking with the UK Home Office and also the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, which is, on behalf of the Government of India, taking up this matter. And in fact, what I learned from the UK Home Office spokesperson is that there is a hearing at Westminster Magistrates Court today, but it is not the substantive hearing where Mr. Mallya's case will be decided on by the judge. It will be for the judge to decide when the next hearing will take place. So that is a quote that we have got from the spokesperson of the UK Home Office, which is is looking towards it. Also, I tried speaking with the Crown Prosecution Service, which, remember, is taking up this case on behalf of the Government of India. If I can read out what they told me, they said that it is a case management hearing on conspiracy to commit fraud. The hearing today will deal with this issue, and it will set the timetable for service of evidence from both the Government of India and from Vijay Mallya. The CPS, which is the Crown Prosecution Service extradition unit, is acting on behalf of the Government of India, and the date for the extradition hearing is likely to be listed at the hearing this morning. Vijay Mallya will be present today, as is evident now, and however, no evidence will be presented today. So while the hearing is very crucial because this is a step ahead of the extradition to get back Vijay Mallya to face music and laws here in India, but certainly no decision will be taken today, Rhythm.
Absolutely, Aditya. No decision today, but what we are being told is he's extremely brazen. Even though he comes today, you know, there's a slight smirk on his face. He's smiling at the cameras as if this is another greeting that he's doing here. Let's once again listen into that crucial reaction coming in from the fugitive himself.
Paul, tell these guys to stay out of the way.
How do you feel about your day in court?
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. The court proceedings are on. I have denied all allegations that have been made, and I will continue to deny them.
Yes. What do you expect is going to happen today?
I have no expectations. You are here. You can listen to what the court says.
How does it feel after 15 months of effectively trying to elude the courts to finally find yourself here?
I have not eluded any court, and if it is my
Mr. Mallya,
lawful duty to be here, I'm happy to be here.
Do you think any political conspiracy against you?
Yeah.
Sir, do you think any... are you confident you'd win?
All right, we're clearly seeing that reaction from the fugitive. Wanted Vijay Mallya makes an appearance in the court, but extremely brazen, brazen about the fact that he's coming here and says allegations against me are baseless. Remember, this is coming even after he was booed. We're also getting reactions from several political parties on this because this has almost become a tamasha for everybody. Last year, the Supreme Court asked for him to come back. There was this case in the Supreme Court, but he refused. He fled away from India. The way the midnight drama happened in which he fled away was questionable. Several people in political parties were being questioned on it. This year, the Scotland Yard makes an arrest of Vijay Mallya. Today, he makes an appearance. Let's also get initial reactions from people. And, we're getting this reaction that's coming in from Vijay Mallya himself, who makes this appearance in the Westminster Court, where he is saying that I am absolutely innocent. Right. Aditya is joining us on the phone line now. Aditya, you're picking up information from your sources. What are they telling you? How is India going to proceed with the case?
Well, certainly the Government of India is very clear that the extradition needs to take place, but the Ministry of External Affairs and the Home Ministry Rhythm are also aware that this is not going to be an easy road ahead. They'll have to convince not just the Westminster Magistrate Court, but also, in fact, the UK Home Office, which perhaps at this moment is on the same page. Remember, there was a joint team of the ED and the CBI who were till very recently in London. They met the officers of the UK Home Office and also senior counsels and members of the Indian High Commission there to submit fresh evidence and fresh documentation against Vijay Mallya. And look at the way he has been trying to brazen it out completely. Over the last few days, we have seen him visiting the series which India has been part of and trying to put a very brave face. But remember, he is a man who is currently completely cornered and disappointed. And remember, the last time he, as early as yesterday, he was at a match and he was booed by the common Indian population there. So it was a shocking visual.
That's the whole point, Aditya.
Also hurt with this kind of brazenness and the kind of approach that he has had. He fled the country. It's been more than a year.
Yes.
He's evaded the law, and several banks, several individuals are concerned about more than 9,000 crores that are pending. So what we do know is the next date of hearing will come
In
out.
fact, Aditya, we remember how he actually fled from India. He had these 7 to 8 bags with him, and it was a midnight drama in which on April 1st to 2nd, when, Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami was one of the first to break the story and talk about how, through his sources, Vijay Mallya fled the country. Chitra Subramaniam is also joining us on the story from Geneva. Chitra, he's playing this game with almost the Indian authorities. He's coming to court saying, I have nothing to lose. He appears for court matches. He brazens it out. Vijay Mallya's almost even now living life king size.
Whether it be the Warren Anderson from Bhopal, whether it be Ottavio Quattrocchi of Bofors, whether it be all these people from Enron, and we're not at the end of the Enron story yet, whether it be Mr. Vijay Mallya, I think there is not the brazenness. I don't think they are brazen. I think they give a damn. Because they know that along the way, people will help them to fly. You cannot leave through an airport in India with bags and bags of whatever. Everybody knows what's going on. And this is what I've been trying to say, that even in the Enron case, let us see how many people know. And everybody knows what's going on. And that somewhere is the tragedy of the whole thing. The work that's done by people like you, by journalists who spend hours and hours trying to find out what happens. And then you have these people who have utter disregard for law and order, utter contempt for any law in India. And then where do we go from there?
And that's really the point, Chitra. Where do we go from here? Anirudh Bal, who's an ex-KFA, Kingfisher Airlines employee, is also joining us on the phone line. Anirudh, he makes an appearance in court, but earlier also you've spoken about how tough it has been as a KFA employee to get back any dues for you guys, for all of you. At this point, he's making an appearance, but do you think there will be some relief, some closure for all of you who are expecting some relief here? Anirudh Balal, who's also joining us on the phone line, who's an ex-Kingfisher employee, is joining us here. Anirudh, you're seeing Kingfisher head Vijay Mallya making an appearance in court, but do you think this will be some relief for all of you Kingfisher Airlines employees who were still looking for your dues to be paid?
Well, I think, yes. The fight of the government of India to bring him back from UK and, make him accountable for, all the fraud that he has made with the Indian taxpayers' money, and then enjoying that money even till date, will definitely, be recovered if he is brought back to India. Now he has his own tricks. He has an army of lawyers and experts who would be probably guiding him through this particular fight. But I think unless and until this government is determined to bring him back, and they build up pressure on the British government to send him back to the country, it looks very, very grim that we get our dues back. And if at all, if this government really feels that people of this country deserve the justice, then they should bring Dr. Mallya to the Indian law, try him, and then pay the dues when they are recovered from him at the earliest to the employees, because we are the worst suffered lot out of anybody else.
There is no doubt now anymore that the Congress party was working with a Hawala entry operator to take funds.
This is AICC, the Congress party, India's grand old Congress party, according to these documents, have indulged in a Hawala transaction.
Our mega exclusive at 3 p.m. on Monday, Republic showed you the 2004 Congress government office memorandum that revealed how India hired